WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. How often have you had the Garrison Brothers Guadalupe? I don't know about you, but this is a rare and exotic bottle. All right, so I have bottle number 9748 from 2023, aged in oak, 53.5%, whiskey base number 242387. I paid 219 euros for this. Now, if I were in Texas, which I'm not this year, at the end high Texas, I could get this, and if it was available, for 159 euros and $159.99. Now, there is one official importer. I got it through Gray Channel Markets. What is a Gray Channel? I'll talk about that in a second. The official importer over here is Mike's Whiskey trade site, Handel, and he charges $279 for this. So $159, well, he has the fall 2024 version, $159 in Texas, $279 in Germany in Munich at Mike's Whiskey. Handel is what it's called, one word, Mike's minus whiskeyhandel.de. I paid $219. How did that happen? There's this lady over here in Germany. She calls herself Miss Canada Caston. And she, or her husband, actually imports goods to Germany from America. And often there's interesting whiskeys, bourbons, American, Canadian whiskeys on there. And I did a charity auction over Easter 2024, did it 2023, did it 2022. 2024, I raised 17,000 euros for orphans or partial orphans in Ukraine, so they go to summer camps. We could take some hospital beds over there. We paid for a lot of different things to happen, gave them Easter presents, and so on and so on. This was great to the community, and she donated some bottles, and she said, I have some other things, and I've heard good things about her. I said, send me over a list. She says, I can send you pictures and prices. That's fine. And I was like, I saw this. I want this. And she said, okay, it's $219. It's like, wow, that's a lot of money. And she said, I can just put it we can wait. You can think about it. I said, I'll take it. All right, so I bought it, did a bottle share. Immediately, everyone wanted to try it because this is one of the bottles that people talk about, but it's so hard to actually put your own money on the table and say, here, 159 in Texas, 279 euros. 279 euros in Germany to see if this is really great. 4 years in small 30-gallon toasted and charred white oak barrels. There were a total, at least there was the first time they did it, 122 30-gallon bourbon barrels that had been originally filled 2017, I guess this was 2017, 2016 then. And the angel share were about 13 gallons per barrel were gone. It means of the 122 times 30 gallons, 2,065 gallons of bourbon had been stolen by those greedy little angels. So then the liquid was entered into 59 gallon port-cask, 225 liters basically. And so 4 years in the first barrels, white oak, charred, toasted, and 2 years in the port. And they actually call them wet port casks. Very interesting here. With the super wet port casks. So on the nose, this is beautiful. I smell this and go, this is great. All right, now, I'm going to make a lot of people angry. You've been to my channel a couple times over the past couple of years. I do weird and crazy things. Now, the first thing is nothing weird and nothing crazy. It's just like, why? I have here Angel's Envy. Why do I have Angel's Envy? Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in port wine barrels. 43.3%. 53.5%. So this is just going to come off more or less as water, all right? But they actually did the same thing. They've been doing it, I think, longer than Guadalupe has been around. The distillery started. So the founding date of the distillery is 2006. So Garrison Brothers has been around longer than Angel's Envy has. Lincoln Henderson started this here from the cellars of Lincoln Henderson. His son basically sold it and then to Campari. The sons of grandsons of Lincoln Henderson still work at the company, but it's always a question of how much influence do they still have there. All right, so Jason, that's no problem. That's a normal thing. Yes, I know, but I have 2 more glasses here. What am I going to do? I'm going to pull out a bottle of 10-year-old Tawny port. Now, I bought this for 16 euros. All right, 16 euros, 0.7 liter, 10-year-old Tawny port. I am going to pour Tawny port into my whiskey glasses, and I'm going to start actually making my own cocktail of, and I'm calling it a cocktail on purpose here, of Kentucky Straight Bourbon and 10-year-old Tawny port from Portugal. So I don't want my table to be red here. So what am I going to take? First of all, I'm going to take pure Kentucky XO. This is still 12 years old according to the label here. This is 53.5%, 53.5%. This is 50 euros. This is 200 plus. All right, so I'm going to make poor man's Guadalupe. I'm going to make poor man's Garrison Brothers Guadalupe. All right, so I'm going to pour my bourbon in here and try to hit about the same color tone. Now, if I'm going to do this, I thought, why not just go to the real poor man's? Let's go to Rare Breed. There's hardly a product on the market, okay, Rare Breed 101, that can actually have a better value for money than this. People love this. I just actually released yesterday on my German channel where I did Russell Reserve Single Barrel versus Wild Turkey 12 versus Rare Breed non-chilled filtered versus 101. And this lost. So, 58.4% ABV, almost 5%, 10 proof points above this. All right. So this I can get at the moment in Germany for 45 euros and less. This I can get at the moment here for 55 euros or less. This I can get over here for 50 euros or less. All right. So now to be very, very honest, I have 150 plus 170. I still have 100 euros left in my wallet if I buy these 3 plus the 10-year-old Tawny compared to the retail price of the Guadalupe in Germany. 279 euros. Which means I could buy Booker's and Elijah Craig on top. I can just pocket the money. I just want to show you, display, try to somehow exemplify how expensive this bottle is. Would I rather have 4 to 5 bottles of good bourbon or 1 bottle of exclusive Guadalupe, Garrison Brothers, Texas, straight bourbon? All right, for people that money's not an issue, why not? Go for it. But money's an issue for me, and I really think about that. So I'm trying to make a poor man's Guadalupe. On the nose, this is just fabulous. This has the red cherries. It has the raspberries. It has cloves and spades. It's amazing how much clove is in there. A little bit of cinnamon. This has wood, and wood. Going over to the Rare Breed, this is similar. They could be distant cousins, all right? The bottle of port, the bottle of Rare Breed, 60 euros, 279. Very, very nice. I get more cherries here. I actually like the rare breed with the port better than I like the Guadalupe. Sorry. I know. Everyone's going, Jason, you can't say that. Yes, you can. I got it in my hands. I know. This is mild. This is very, very shy almost. A little bit of the bourbon, a little bit of the port. And here, this is weak in comparison to these. All right, the Angel's Envy. Like the nose, I'd give this a B- on the nose. Wood, cloves, cinnamons, and what really surprised me is the heat. It burns. It drinks like a 60 plus proof or 60 plus ABV product. It on the middle of my tongue, just heat, 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 heat. It does reside a little bit, but then it's just like, okay. I've had better Garrison Brothers. Apparently, I'm not a fan of the Guadalupe. I'm definitely not going to go out there and pay another 200 and, as I said, gray market. Gray market is not the official channels, it's the unofficial channels. So we buy it in America, bring it over to Germany, and we sell it on the market. Gray channels. That's why I got this. We buy it over in the Netherlands and bring it over to Germany, sell it here on the market. Gray channels. The official channels, of course, would be the person who has the license or the agreement or the contract that says, I'm the exclusive distributor of this product in this country, which is true. But you can't really stop people from going around those somehow. All right. Wow, let's see if we get some cease and desists here. All right. The Angel's Envy is just a little bit more chalky, a little bit more minerally. All right, I'm just going to go to the rare breed. Do a direct comparison here of the two. That is better. I get the nice rare breed moment. I get the wild turkey. Wilderness trail. Who knows what they're going to be doing with the rare breed and the wild turkey in the future. I get the nice port moment towards the end. That is fabulous. I like this. I like this much better than that. So for the win, rare breed. Tiny little tip. You might have rare breed at home. What you might not have would be what I actually just recently saw was a little package. There was port. There was ruby Tawny. There was sherry. And there was, I think, either Calvados or rum, something. There's like 5 little tiny sample bottles. 5, it's like airplane bottles, 5 CLs. It's 20 some euros or 18 euros or whatever. It's like, okay. And then take all those and pour yourself 4 or 5 different rare breeds and put a little bit in each one. Have one rare breed with nothing and let them sit for 20 minutes or so and then try each one. And which affected the wild turkey bourbon and influenced it and highlighted it the best, and which fought and which was just yucky. All right, and of course try the different products pure, the Tawny, the ruby, the rum, the sherry, the oloroso, the Pedro Jimenez, the muscatel, the fino, whatever. Try them individually with the whiskeys and always have a little bit of rare breed inside normal and be able to reference it back there. And just for yourself, realize, hey, do I like products that have a fruitier component involved through finishing? Or do I like bourbon like God created it? Boom. No finishing, just the standard product. And I think most of us out there, at least me, we're going to enjoy, if not 80, 90% of the time, the pure bourbon experience more than the finished. There's no law against finishing your own products. There's no law against making your own cocktail in the glass and seeing what happens to the product, the distillate here when you experiment and try different things. Now, they've been doing it for decades in Scotland. We've just started basically in America. It is a differentiating factor. And we're missing the aging process in the casks totally. But I don't know about you. I don't have an empty cask laying around like Roy did, or other people that just start making their own little cask experiments there. Ta-da! This is doable. This is feasible, and it's affordable. And it's much, much, much cheaper than going out buying a bottle, and probably even going to be cheaper than actually going to bar and trying this yourself. All right, I think the value for money, I'm going to have to say the American price, $159. I'm going to give it a D. 279 euros, it's a F. It's just way too expensive for the product I get there. The 12-year-old Pure Kentucky XO. It's actually, both of these are better than that. Really. It's got a nice flavor there. This is how 53.5% should taste. It shouldn't burn. It shouldn't be that hot like this is. But Jason, it's the Texas heat. No, it's not. They ran the stills too hot, is what I think. Sorry. Garrison Brothers and I are not the best of. I think the prices, their products are way overpriced, way too oaky. It's not really my wheelhouse. And I know there's a lot of people out there, especially in Germany, that love this stuff. But I just really haven't gotten the access to the excitement as others have. Rare breed, Pure Kentucky, Guadalupe. That's my ranking. Fourth place is going to be the Angel's Envy. Very weak in comparison to everything else. It's good, but these are just better. All right, so my first question of the day. On the nose, as I said, B-, and the taste is solid C, C+. All right, but still C, buy it if you want to. This was actually more a B-, here. This is a B-, B-. These are products that I would create myself and pour and let someone else try and evaluate them, see if they liked it. And don't forget, this, and this, and this, and a Woodford Reserve on top, and maybe even Elijah Craig, plus the port is less than that, one bottle. And that's just craziness. All right, that's the thing I'm trying to, get across. The prices of these bottles for 279 euros in Germany, even the 219 that I paid, even the 159 in Texas is, for my blood, too rich. What is your favorite port-finished American product? I did not say a bourbon. I said American product on purpose. What is your opinion on making your own whiskey cocktails instead of using a cask? Can I actually now say, ooh, imagine Rare Breed bringing out a port finished product? Would it be better than a Guadalupe? And I hope everyone out there in the whiskey land, great channel by the way, go watch it, says, wow, that would be fascinating. Or a Rare Breed sherry finished, or a rum finish, or anything else finished. I just recently had a vermouth finished product. Fabulous. I mean, Dad's Hat's been doing it now for 10 years. I mean, come on. The ryes up there have been great. Why not? I think there's a lot of potential for finished products. But sometimes it's fighting, sometimes it's just like scratching on on the a chalkboard with your nails, and sometimes it's just absolutely marriage in heaven. So what can you recommend with a good port finish? Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany. Thank you very much for watching. See you real soon. Bye-bye.